what I'd like for you to do is give us your full name.
Gary Vance Douglas.
Okay. Gary, how are you related and how are you in the family?
My dad and Bill's mother were brothers and sisters.
Okay, okay. How would someone contact you if they needed to, what's your email address?
Gary's Limo at either gmail.com or yahoo.com.
Fantastic, fantastic. Your first question I'd like to ask you, what is it like being in this particular family?
Man, this is the greatest thing since, wow, you have no idea. I swear, it's so many people that I haven't seen since I was a kid, and just seeing them again is like, wow, it's like crazy. I had 6 brothers and 3 sisters, some official, some unofficial, but you know, if it's a stepbrother or whatever, it's your brother, doesn't matter. You know, we were all raised together. My dad didn't discriminate against who for whatever reason. We were all brothers and sisters. And it's so good to see most of them here. And if not, I'm seeing their kids here.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up.
Growing up in Poughkeepsie or in this house, for instance?
In the family.
As a family, we were very close-knit, every one of us. I come from a bunch of brothers that, if you said the name Douglas, they knew you not to be messed with. My dad came from a group of brothers that were from the South, from Mississippi, that nobody messed with the Douglases. That's still, I mean, it was, from living in Poughkeepsie, that's always how it's been. It's like, you don't mess with the Douglases and you damn sure don't mess with the Dukes. And then the Hansons and the Hamptons, all spin-offs from their families. This being here reminds me of when I was a kid cutting this grass. It was like...
Tell us about the grass cutting.
Man, it was, Bill Duke Sr. was like, wow, he was the worst, but that man wanted perfection. He wanted perfection. He wanted, when anybody rode by this house, to know that it was beautiful. This lawn, everything. I mean, it was beautiful. There was no house. If you look on these streets or on the houses all around this, anywhere in Poughkeepsie, town of Poughkeepsie, he's got the biggest lot. And it was, for a black man back in the day having a lot like this, it was amazing. Hell yeah.
Now, I heard that being raised in the family, it was a strict type of discipline, type of raising.
Oh yeah. You know, kids were to be seen and not heard, and you knew what to do and what not to do. And we always pushed the limits because we had older brothers and siblings that were telling us, oh, you could do this, you could do that. And they didn't care about the consequences, but there were always consequences and repercussions to whatever you did wrong. And it was all just, part of life growing up. And there wasn't nothing was unjust, and nothing was just because your dad felt like putting his hands on you. Never, ever. If you did something, you're gonna get got. That's just how it was. There wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
How do you feel about that type of the way young people are being raised today?
Oh, nowadays it's like they have no idea. They have no respect for the elderly, no respect for themselves, no respect for women, no respect for life in general. I don't understand that. They couldn't survive how it was back then. You know what I'm saying? They really couldn't survive. And anybody, the thing is, growing up, anybody in the neighborhood could get you. Anybody's parents that caught you out of line, they dealt with you. It wasn't no killing you back to your daddy. It was after they dealt with you, then they send you to your parents and let them deal with you. So that's missing. Kids talk crazy to their parents. No, it wasn't like that growing up.
So what advice would you give to, say, the generations to come? Right now, I'm talking about the people you're never gonna meet when we're already gone and we've transitioned. And there's some young Dukes and Hamptons and Douglases watching you right now. What would you like to tell those young people?
I would tell you just to respect your family and respect yourself, and just know that there's always going to be a spotlight on you, whatever you do. Just be honest and be truthful. That's it. Can't tell you anything more. Just, and nothing but love your family, love everybody around your family. That's about it.
What are are some of the life lessons that you learned as a Duke Hampton Douglas?
Just to be honest, the biggest thing is to be honest. I mean, no matter what the consequences were, just be honest. If you did it, own up. You know, just to be honest. I mean, and I instill that in my kids, and hopefully they instill that in their kids. But that was it, being honest, just tell the truth.
Before you go, do you have a story you like to tell in terms of growing up when you've done something that you shouldn't have been doing?
Well, I know my favorite story is I had a big family. And when I was, one time I went to go, after school, went to that drugstore and seen all those pretty little rings. And I got those pretty little rings for everybody in my family, not knowing that the owner of the store had called home before I even got there. And my dad was waiting on me after I gave everybody in my family a ring. Everybody was woo, 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 because, you know, they were like, man, we got a ring, we're doing this, that. And they were happy. And then the consequences came. My dad said, look, every one of you guys with that ring is gonna get a whooping. So thank your brother Gary for that. And he's gonna be the last to get the whooping. So y'all come on, line up. And my dad would always say, it's time to dance. And when it's time to dance, he had a rubber hose that was like that, just enough where he made a dealer valve where he worked. It was enough. When it hit you, it left a whelp on you.
Wow.
And when he said it's time to dance, you know you're gonna be dancing because you were just moving. When you hit that, when that thing hit you, you on fire. It's like fire. And you had to go take a bath after you got done with that. It was just, and I was the last one after that. That stopped me. I didn't steal no more. You wouldn't catch me taking jack, nothing. After that, that was a really good lesson that I learned young, you know. And I was probably about 9 years old when that happened. 9 years old.
What's the difference between getting a whooping and abuse?
I would say the only difference is if you did something and you deserved it. Abuse, if you didn't deserve it, you're being abused. If you didn't deserve it. But if you did something, you deserve it. Abuse, if you didn't deserve it, you're being abused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys.